Elling yachts are built in the Netherlands by Neptune Marine, a shipyard with over 50 years of experience in commercial and leisure vessels. The first Elling model launched in the late 90s, born out of a design brief that prioritised offshore safety, comfort and long-range autonomy. The result was a category of semi-displacement motor yachts that are self-righting, fuel-efficient and engineered for serious ocean cruising without requiring a crew to run them. Today the range includes the E3, the E4 and the flagship E6. This one is the E4, a 15-metre CE Category A cruiser designed for those who want true offshore handling without stepping up to commercial tonnage. Like all Ellings, it's moulded using Kevlar-reinforced composites and built around a single shaft diesel configuration with redundancy options. It's part trawler, part motor yacht, with the hull form and systems to back up its ocean rating. Welcome back to the channel. This is one I've been looking forward to filming for a long time. I finally got the chance to film an Elling, and not just any Elling. This is the E4. I'm also going to be filming the larger E6 later as well. So if you're into go anywhere, extremely capable explorer yachts, keep an eye on the channel because that one's coming soon. If you've been subscribed for a while, you'll know that I've got a real soft spot for boats that are built with serious offshore capability, and the Elling E4 is exactly that. It's a CE Category A rated boat, which means it's certified for open ocean passages. The hull is Kevlar reinforced, and this particular model has actually been put through a full capsize test, fully inverted and self-righted. That kind of testing is rare in production yachts, and it gives you a good idea of what this boat's been built for. In 2008, 3 Elling E4s completed a transatlantic crossing as part of a demonstration of the boat's offshore capability. The trip took 16 days, reinforcing the brand's claims around ocean-going performance, self-sufficiency and the vessel's CE Cat A certification. So, if you're into explorer yachts that you can handle on your own and in tough conditions out at sea, you're going to want to stick around for the rest of this tour. Before we do dive in, just a quick reminder, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It's a free way to support what I do. The more subscribers I've got, the more access I can get to boats like this. And if you'd like behind the scenes exclusive updates and explore your news delivered straight to your inbox, you can also sign up for the free Yacht Boy newsletter. There's a link pinned in the comments and in the video description, or you can just scan the QR code on the screen now. But anyway, let's crack on with the yacht tour. First and foremost, massive credit to the owner of this beautiful boat for the colour of that hull. I absolutely love that striking blue colour. Really, really nice. Anyway, we're going to start this boat tour, of course, on the swim platform, and then we'll have a look around the upper deck and I'll show you inside this really, really capable offshore boat. This is a very impressive boat. The first time I've been on an E4, and I must say I've been completely blown away, and you'll see why as we walk around. Starting off over here on the port side, you can see we have the passerelle, and that also does double up as a crane for a tender as well. So if you want to get your tender on here, you can get some chocks on the swim platform and launch and recover it using the passerelle. This particular E4 is set up for Mediterranean cruising, which is why we have the passerelle on this one. Just over to starboard, we have another E4 that doesn't have that configuration. So one of the things to point out about these boats is that you can really configure these according to your own needs, your own cruising needs. They really do accommodate your individual kind of requests depending on what you're going to be using the boat for. Now through here, you'll see in a minute when we go inside, but that is a skylight that leads into one of the cabins on board, And of course we have our big life raft over here. And by the way, if you do need to update any of the safety gear on your boat, I do have a store, an affiliate store on Amazon. You can find the link for that in the comments and also in the video description as well. So please feel free to check that out. You notice we do have a CCTV camera up here, which is really important obviously for when you're underway, keeping an eye on things. Okay, let's step up into this nice spacious cockpit. Look at this setup, I absolutely love it. We have our seating area just over here, and underneath this we do have some additional storage as well. Over here on the port side we can see the access gate leading out onto the passerelle. Another touch that I really like. Now when you first look at this you think, okay, that's a seat, which it is, but it also doubles up as your fender stowage as well. So when you've got your fenders outboard like we've got at the moment, as you can see, this doubles up as a seat. So it's touches like this, you can just see how much thought has gone into the design of this boat. They really have thought of everything. You'll see as well, we've got the bimini up there currently stowed away. So if you are in an area where you want to escape the beating midday sun, then you can of course open that up and shade all of this area off. We have some more seating just over here on the port side. And again, underneath that, you've got some additional storage space for your lines or whatever it is you want to store under there. And we do also have this overhang as well. So again, you get some more shaded areas up here. We'll get a better look at the radar arch in a minute when we go up to the bow. But yeah, let me just take another second to take in this area. You can just imagine sitting up here with your friends and family, enjoying a bottle or two of wine. It really has been set up with that kind of social aspect in mind.
Speaking of wine, the owner of this boat is clearly a man after my own heart. He's put the underdeck storage in the galley to very good use, stocking it with a solid stash of his favourite bottles.
Right, let's go along the starboard side deck and we'll head forward. As you can see, plenty of space on this side deck, big sturdy sea rail on here as well. So of course you've always got something to grab onto when you're moving around the boat. If you do happen to be up here whilst you're underway in rough weather, there's always plenty to grab onto. We do have the handrail also on the superstructure as well. Now if I just pan up and show you the radar arch, straight away you'll see the big ray dome up there, Raymarine ray dome. Moving slightly forward, the radar, GPS antenna. But I'm pretty sure you probably would have also noticed that you can actually move this entire piece forward and it opens up the pilot house, but we'll get a better look of that when we go inside in just a second. Right, let's head forward. Now these windows double glazed and they are insulated as well, so you're not going to get condensation on the inside if you are using the boat in colder climates, which is really important because that condensation build up can be a right pain to have to sort out. If I just move forward and just pan around just so you can see the rails where that sunroof obviously moves along to open up that area. Big sturdy windows here as well, and you'll notice that you can open up the middle one just to get some fresh air coming through there. And there's a button inside that you use to open and close that, so it is electrically operated. Moving forward, you can have some sun pads on this part of the superstructure, so a great place to come and relax and enjoy the sun whilst you are underway. Moving forward, as we move towards the anchor, something else that I want to point out up here is that you can open this up as well. So if I just pull that up, you can see it reveals two seats there. And the good thing is, and again we will see when we go inside, but because you have the remote control on this boat, if you and your partner wanted to sit up here and operate the boat using the remote control, then you can do that. So you can have your glass of wine or your glass of champagne up here, motoring along, enjoying that view. And I guess you wouldn't be drinking if you're operating the boat, but your partner would be able to enjoy a few glasses of wine while you sit back and relax and enjoy that incredible view.
And to show just how easy it is to operate this boat single-handedly with the remote, here is some footage that I shot as we headed out on our mini sea trial.
Now, I often say here on the channel about how boats are really kind of primed for owner-operator operation, but this is a prime example. At the helm over there we have Walter from Elling Yachts, and he's actually operating this boat single-handedly just using that remote. So it gives you a really good idea in terms of how you can actually operate this vessel single-handedly. I did offer to work the lines as we left, but Walter said to me, no, leave it to me, I've got the remote. And we just literally let go of the lines, and here we are underway. So yeah, it just goes to show that this really is a boat that is extremely capable, but also can be operated single-handedly as well. But it's touches like that I think really make this boat stand out. I was saying to Walter from Elling that I would absolutely love one of these, but who wouldn't, right?
By the way, if you're not looking to purchase a boat right now, but still want to experience everything high-end yachting has to offer, chartering is a great way to get out on the water. If you're interested in exploring charter options, feel free to drop me an email or head to the link in the video description. There's also a link pinned in the comments.
Moving forward, you can see we have another skylight there. Of course, that leads down into the accommodation area. But moving just over to here, you get a good view of the anchor and that massive fish. I don't know whether you can see that on the camera. Look at that. I'm not sure what breed of fish that is, but it's pretty big. Anyway, back to the boat. Big spotlight here. That is controlled remotely at the helm position.
Here you can see the intuitive controls for the searchlight positioned on the well laid out helm station.
And over here to starboard, if I lift this up, I'll show you, you have the chain locker just in there. I'll close that back up. Come all the way up to the bow and just spin around and just crouch down and just show you the profile of this E4. Absolutely beautiful. And obviously another one just over there to starboard, and the E6. We will be going out and on board the E6 later on today, so again I'm really looking forward to showing you the E6. So make sure, if you haven't already, you subscribe, because you're not going to want to miss the video for that as well.
If you are thinking of buying, building or selling a boat and would like some impartial advice, then please feel free to get in contact with me. Over the last few years I have built up a fantastic network in the industry.
Okay, let's step up. We'll head back towards the stern along the port side deck. Give you another view of those windows. And of course these big windows that lead into the saloon area. And another look at the radar mast. You can get quite a lot of marine electronics on this boat because you've got so much space to keep it all. Before I miss it as well, we have some more storage here. Let's pop this open. So again, you know, you could keep some lines in there or a fender or two. It just goes to show you they've made maximum use of all available space on this boat. Right, let's spin around and let's head into the saloon.
Before we head inside, I did promise to show you the self-righting footage. This was filmed back in 2013 using a standard production E4. The boat is lifted by strops and rolled a full 360 degrees. You can clearly see the main prop and the auxiliary wing engine as she rotates. This level of stability is only possible thanks to the single engine mounted on the centerline, combined with a low center of gravity and a fully sealed superstructure. A twin engine layout would compromise the whole symmetry needed for self-righting. Of course, with the E4 you do still get redundancy, and remember the wing engine runs on its own shaft with a separate fuel tank. As the saloon becomes fully submerged, the interior takes on a green hue from the lights filtering through the water. And yes, the person at the helm is the owner of Elling Yachts. He personally volunteered to be on board for the test. Such was his confidence in the ability of the boat. Would you have volunteered to sit at the helm seat? I know I would.
You can see we have one step that leads down into the internal area and another step just there. Over here on the port side, a raised seating area with a fixed table there. And you can really start to see the benefit of these huge windows. You've got so much natural light coming into this space, and lots of cubby holes, lots of storage space in here as well. And again, on the inside of the sunroof, you can see how big this sunroof is. I can imagine that when you're in here, especially at night on a warm summer's evening with that sunroof open, you've got a clear starlit sky. Just imagine what the vibe must feel like in here. Over here on the starboard side, we have the controls. So it does have an air cushion as well. So once you've shut it, you inflate the air cushion to make sure that seal is all watertight. At the moment it's slightly open. The boat has just come out of its winterization period. But yeah, again, a very clever design, and all operated thanks to that single switch up there. Behind this panel is where we have access to all the various fuses. And over here is the remote for helming the boat. So as you can see, everything you need is all on this single remote control. And when I was saying earlier on, when I was sat on the bow, you can imagine yourself sitting there with your partner actually operating the boat with your remote. Then this is what you'd be operating it with. Lanyard to put around your neck, and just sit there and operate the boat all via that simple control there. Underneath here we have a domestic fridge, a couple of Amstel beers in there. Fire extinguisher just down here over to the right. And this helm position is incredibly comfortable. If I move over, I'll take my sunglasses off first. If I come and sit over here and just bring the camera up to my eye line, look at the visibility you've got, the view, you know, near 360-degree view all the way around the boat. So if you are operating this boat single-handedly, you've got good visual perspective of all sectors of the boat, even your port quarter as well. The window over here on this bulkhead as well can be opened up, so you can get a really good flow of air through here with this window open and that one. You're always going to have plenty of fresh air coming through this area, and it's really well lit as well. You can see the indirect lighting. I can imagine it is absolutely serene on this boat at night. But let's cover the helm position, the equipment we've got over here, and then I'll take you down below. Over here on the left we've got the VHF radio, bow thruster controls on here as well, Raymarine GPS autopilot controls, multifunction display over there on the right. And this boat is actually fitted with DMS Magnus Master stabilizers as well, and they are incredibly effective. You can control them thanks to that digital panel there. Over here on the right we have the RPM meter for the Volvo Penta engine, and the start-stop as well. And I absolutely love that ship's wheel. Really, really nice. Another VHF radio over here on the right. And obviously the throttle control levers there for the Volvo Penta engine. And when you're sat at the helm, if you want to sit back, you can control everything on the multifunction displays thanks to these controls here. So yeah, you can just imagine sitting here, resting your arm on there, a foot plate down there, keep both your feet on, so if you are going through the rough stuff, you can pretty much anchor yourself in here. But it's just a beautiful helm position, really well set up. Everything is within easy reach. And if you do have visitors with you whilst you're underway, then they're literally just a few feet away from you. So you can have a really good conversation, still have that social element that boaters absolutely love. And talking of using all available space, you can see even up here we have a cubby hole, and we have another one over there on the port side as well. And we have our speakers in here. So you've got a really good entertainment system on this boat, so you can pump out your favourite music whilst underway, enjoying the beautiful view. And we are blessed with a very sunny day here today in the Netherlands, which is quite lucky. We'll be going out later on this boat, doing a sea trial. I'm going to put the drone up and show you what she looks like underway. So I'm looking forward to that as well. Before we go down into the accommodation areas, let me just show you this part. Now, as you'll see later on in the video, this boat does have a wing engine as well, and these are the controls for the wing engine. And the way they've designed the placement of the wing engine is incredibly clever. Obviously, we will see that a little bit later on in the video. Builder's plate over there, as you can see, this boat is a CE Category A vessel. So not only is she incredibly comfortable and incredibly well built, she's also very, very capable as well in terms of her seakeeping capabilities. As we move down into this living area, you can see all around here we have a fiddle that we can grab onto as we're moving from the helm down into the saloon, and we have another handle just over here as well. But also I like the fact that if you are underway and you've got somebody on board that wants to get the kind of captain's eye view, and you can just kind of stand here without being in the way of the captain, especially when you are punching through the rough stuff. You can just kind of hang on to this, speak to the captain, let him know about the big waves that are coming off your port or stern quarter, and enjoy that view. Right, anyway, let's head down into the saloon. Over here on the starboard side, you can see we've got a U-shaped seating area, plenty of seating space down here. All the cabinetry as well means you've got plenty of space to stow away your stuff. You can see we've got 2 portholes over there on the starboard side. They can be opened up. Moving aft, we have the control here for the Webasto heater, and plenty of power points as well, so you can plug in all of your iPads or your laptops. There's always somewhere to plug them into. I love the fact that over here on the port side we have another seating area, and these seats, I've not sat on either of these seats yet, but let me just sit down for a second. That is really comfortable.
And just in case you were wondering, yes, there is something to grab onto overhead if you're moving through this area while underway in heavy seas.
And from here you can chat with your friends who are going to be sat over there, but also if we just pan around and look aft, you can see we've got the galley here as well. So it's a really great place to sit. You can supervise the chef whilst also talking to your friends as well. But very, very comfortable.
The steps to the lower saloon are just forward and to port of the helm, and as you can see they have solid timber treads with anti-slip inserts.
If you're wondering about the TV, it's behind this cabinetry over here, and handily placed remote for the TV. So as you can see, it is electrically operated. So when you want to catch up with the latest Yacht Boy video, if you've got a spare 20 minutes, then yeah, you can sit down here and get this big flat screen TV up. And it's just a single press button as well. You press it once and it goes all the way up. I'll just shut that because as I say, we'll be going out later on the boat, so I'll stow that out of the way and put the remote back over here. Need to make sure I don't put it in my pocket because I'll probably forget and remember when I get to Schiphol Airport that I've got the remote control for the telly. Right, where should we start down here? Let's start over here on the starboard side. As you can see at the moment we have an office here, but this can also double up as a single berth cabin as well. So you can put a mattress on top of here and turn it into another cabin. One of the other E4s that I was on in the factory, the owner of that E4 has turned this area into a dedicated laundry room. So they've got a washer and a dryer down here, which again is a really good idea and a fantastic option. If you're going to be using this boat as a couple, owner-operator couple, that is a great use of this space. But as we step down, you can see we have the curtain over there, the porthole, and again, it's a really well lit area. I'll pop this open. You can see we've got some storage in there. And just behind here, this is one of the access panels where you can get access to the engine for your daily checks. If you want to do boating and work at the same time, you can turn this into your luxury floating office thanks to this space. And I think if this was my boat, that's probably how I would set it up. I could get my MacBook down here, get all my editing gear down here, whilst at the same time enjoying some fantastic cruising. Very, very nice. Over here on this bulkhead, we have again the controls for the heater. Now this boat doesn't have air conditioning on it, but if you wanted to, you can fit the air conditioning as well as the heating on board as well. Moving forward over here to the port side, we have the head and shower. Very spacious in here, really nice setup, very bright, very airy, and plenty of space to keep all of your stuff. The shower tray is actually indented in there, so for someone like me who is just over 6 foot, or about 6'4", you can step in here and still get enough headroom without having to worry about banging your head, which for a boat of this size I think is really important. Nobody wants to have a shower and feel like they're stuck in a cupboard or a locker. And you don't get that feeling in here because, again, it's just such fantastic use of the space. Optimal use of all available space on this boat. I'll step back out here. I'll shut this door. Show you the forward cabin. So over here to the ports, we have a double berth here.
Opposite the double berth is a very well placed and conveniently located single berth, which is perfect if you've got guests who have got a young child they want to bring with them on the voyage.
Again, plenty of cabinetry in here. I'll pop open one of these just so you can see how much space you get. And underneath that, another porthole over there on the starboard side. And there we have the skylight that I showed you earlier on when we was up on the bow. So yeah, you can open that up and get some fresh air in here. It's hard for you to get a feel of the kind of standard of build quality on these boats just through looking at a camera. So you have to take my word for it. This is an incredibly well built boat, very comfortable, and you get a very, very luxurious feel throughout. Like I said at the beginning of the boat tour, I'm really, really impressed and blown away by these Ellings. More storage under there, another one just in there. Okay, let's spin around. We'll walk past the galley now into the owner's cabin, full beam owner's cabin. Just over here we have the 4-burner induction hob. Plenty of space down here. Small fiddle on here as well, so you've still got something to grab onto when you are moving through heavy seas. Double sink there. If I open this up, we have a large dishwasher just underneath that, and some more storage over here for some wine glasses or whatever else it is you want to stow away in there. If I spin around and show you this side of the galley, again, you've just got some more food prep area here, so plenty of space to serve up meals for all of your guests who are lucky enough to join you on board. In terms of access into the engine bay, once you remove this panel, then you've got access to the engine, so you can get ready access to do all of the daily checks, monitor the fuel filters, you can change the oil filters. It's a really, really clever design, really ingenious design. Over there on that bulkhead, another couple of power points, generator control start button over there. And we've also got the number of hours displayed on there as well. So that generator at the moment has run for 21 hours.
Opposite the serving area and access hatch that leads into the engine bay is where we find the galley appliances, including the microwave and fridge freezer. They're all domestic units neatly integrated into the cabinetry, so you've got the kind of capacity you'd expect for extended cruising or even full-time living aboard.
Moving into the owner's cabin, one of the first things I notice, again, is just how much headroom you get on this boat, considering the size is really impressive. Behind this, we have some more cabinetry. I'm not going to open that up because the owner does have his stuff on board, so I don't want to invade his privacy by popping open all of these, but you get a good idea of just how much storage space you get in here. You can also just pull up a little chair and use this as a secondary kind of workspace. You've got your power point just over there, and again the controls for the heating, and a nice porthole to enjoy the view whilst you're catching up on those emails, and that can be opened up as well. On this bulkhead we have a really slim flat screen TV. I know these are getting thinner and thinner all the time, but look at that, it's probably only about 1.5 centimetres thick, and it's a decent size as well. So when you are laying in bed and you want to catch a film before getting some shut-eye, then yeah, what a great place to sit and relax, or lay and relax, and enjoy some YouTube or whatever else is you want to watch. You'll see over there on the starboard side another couple of portholes, and over here is where we have the hatch that leads out onto the swim platform. So you can open this up and you've got the blind on there as well, so you can close that up if you want to get some shut-eye during the day. More cabinetry under there and some more space to get ready for your night out. And you do have a little step up here as well, so step up onto the bed and you've got all this area as well. This obviously opens up to reveal some more storage underneath there.
Not only is there additional storage here, but this is also where you get access to the auxiliary engine, a 30 horsepower unit with its own sail drive and independent fuel supply, designed to provide redundancy in the event of main engine failure during extended offshore passages.
more storage on that bulkhead, and you've got your power point just over there. So yeah, very, very impressive. You know, first thoughts when I came in here was just how well laid out everything is. The benefit of having the owner's cabin aft as well is that you get less motion and movement when you're underway. So that's something you'll really benefit from owning one of these E4s. I'll show you now the ensuite. Open up this. Toilet just down there. Little heated towel rail. Got your sink. Mirror just up there to practice your Navy salutes while you're on the way. And we have a spacious shower just through there. Again, it does dip down a little bit as well, so it gives you that additional couple of inches of headroom when you're in there. So yeah, very spacious ensuite, to be fair. Again, for a boat of this size, I've been on boats that are bigger than this, and you get less room in these kind of areas. So overall, an absolutely fantastic design throughout. We'll have one more pan around in here before going back out into the saloon. I think that is pretty much everything, although if I just come over here.
Behind this panel, you've got direct access to the generator, along with space allocated for the optional air conditioning unit. What's clever about the setup on the Elling E4 is that it provides multiple access points to the engine and technical spaces. From here in the owner's cabin, you've got immediate access to auxiliary systems without having to lift floor panels or disturb other parts of the boat. Meanwhile, the main engine bay can also be accessed from the galley via the dedicated hatch that we saw earlier on. That dual access makes routine checks, servicing and emergency interventions much easier, especially when underway. It's a design choice that reflects Elling's focus on long-range usability and self-sufficiency, giving the owner the ability to manage the vessel's systems without relying on crew. The E4 carries 1,500 litres of diesel, or just under 400 US gallons. That gives it solid offshore range, particularly when paired with a Volvo Penta D6 common rail diesel fitted on this example. Cruising at 6.5 knots, the engine is running just under 1,500 RPM and burning just 6.5 litres per hour. That's roughly 1.7 US gallons per hour. At that rate, and allowing for a conservative 10% fuel reserve, you're looking at a theoretical range of around 1,500 nautical miles, ideal for extended coastal or offshore passages. Freshwater capacity is 850 litres, or around 225 gallons, and there's 150 litres of blackwater storage, equal to about 40 US gallons. The hull is semi-displacement with a fine entry and relatively low resistance at displacement speeds. Combined with the fuel efficiency, that makes the E4 particularly well suited to long-range cruising. Optional engine configurations include the smaller 180 horsepower Volvo D4, a 550 horsepower Cummins QSB, or the 600 horsepower Volvo D8. All are shaft drive with aquadrive coupling for reduced vibration and noise levels. And of course, remember the auxiliary engine, the 30 horsepower unit with sail drive and its own 100 litre fuel supply, offers that additional layer of redundancy, which is a rare inclusion on production yachts of this size. It's ideal for long distance cruisers who value backup propulsion in the rare event of a main engine failure. Here's a look inside the factory where you can see the E4's modular build. The generator's in place and the Cabola diesel heating system is being installed just aft of the main Volvo Penta engine.
Thanks for watching all the way to the end of the video. If you've enjoyed the video, now's a great time to give it a like. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe to support the channel. It really does make a big difference. A massive thank you to Elling Yachts for inviting me over and showing me around these incredibly capable boats. It's been a real pleasure filming here, and I hope to come back in the not too distant future to keep covering what's coming off the production line. If you're interested in learning more about Elling and their range, I've left the link in the video description. Just click through and scroll down to the bottom of my Linktree page. You'll find the link to Elling's website there. And if you've got access to a boat you would like me to feature on my channel, I'd love to hear from you. You can get in touch via email, or you can click on the link in the comments or pinned in the video description. It's a really easy way to get in contact with me. Also, don't forget to sign up to the free Yacht Boy newsletter for behind the scenes updates and more Explorer Yacht news. You know where the link is in the video description and in the comments, and I'll also put a QR code on the screen now. I'd also like to say a massive thank you to the owner of this beautiful boat. I've really enjoyed having a look around. The whole colour is absolutely beautiful, so top choice there. Big thank you for letting me come on board. I do appreciate it. Anyway, until next time, fair winds and following seas.
A big thank you to my channel members for supporting my channel, as all of my trips are self-funded. Your membership really does help make these yacht tours possible, and as always I will continue to bring you more membership only content.